Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Stones collection from my brand Pampered Polishes. This collection goes on sale January 6th, so in the description box I will link my site, I will link my business Instagram page, and then I will leave my swatching Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. Per the usual of my releases, this is a one batch release, so if something sells out, I don't plan on restocking. So without further ado, we have 6 multi-chrome holographic polishes to look at, and let's go ahead and get started.
So first we have Reality Stone, and this is a red to bronze to gold to black linear holographic multi-chrome. The formula is good. It's very solid across the board. Same goes for opacity. I got opaque coverage in 2 coats with everything here. I had no running, pooling, or staining with anything, but I will say with all of these, in my videos, you will see just one lighting source, so you're not going to see any of the shifty qualities of these, but I did try my best for the photos to show colors that it shifts to, but I wasn't able to capture all of them. Anyway, I got pretty good coverage here on this first coat. 2 coats covered completely. The shimmer that's in these is so bright and so like bold in each one. So this one in these kind of brighter direct lightings is like a blackened cherry base, and then it has this super bright red, and the linear holographic in these is all really bright as well. Again, just terrible lighting on my part. These will dry decently glossy, removal's easy, so there are 2 coats of Reality Stone. So up next we have Soulstone, and this is a pink to orange to copper to yellow linear holographic multi-chrome. Again, the formula is good. This one does seem a little bit more sheer than the last one. However, I was still able to get full coverage in 2 coats. No running, pooling, or staining. Also, sometimes multi-chromes you get brush strokes throughout. I didn't have any kind of brush strokes through these once they were completely dried. I might have had a couple when they were wet, but they did all melt into the polish by the time it was dry. So here is our second coat, and like I said, that covers completely in 2 coats. If you have an extra visible nail line, you might end up needing 3 coats on this one, but it's the only one that has that property to it. Again, the shimmer that's in here is super bright. These are going to dry decently glossy all on their own. However, a top coat will help that holographic stand out to its fullest potential and help your manicure last as long as possible, and removal's easy. So there are 2 coats of Soulstone. Up next we have Mindstone, and this one is a gold to yellow to chartreuse to green linear holographic multi-chrome. Again, pretty good coverage here on this first coat. No running, pooling, or staining. Again, no brush strokes throughout this. I am going to be a broken record with these. They all apply generally the same, just with different color shifts. I've never personally been a big fan of just a straight multi-chrome, but when you add a shifty quality to a shifty quality, so like the holographic that's in here, I swoon. I love them. So here is our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats for me, and this one I also think is a solid 2-coater, not a potential 3-coater. I do still recommend going in for top coat. Even though this is going to dry glossy all on its own, it will make your manicure last as long as possible, help that holographic stand out, and just add a nice plump glossy finish to this. Very beautiful gold cast on this one once it's in direct lighting. So there are 2 coats of Mindstone. So up next we have Timestone, and this one is a green to a dark green to a teal linear holographic multi-chrome. This one is probably the least obvious shiftiness of the bunch. It does go green to like green, so it's not the most in your face shifty, but it is a very beautiful shift. The formula is much the same, not too thick or too thin, no running, pooling, or staining, and pretty good coverage here on this first coat. A lot of times with multi-chromes, you can layer them over black to get a more full coverage look. that's definitely not necessary on these ones. So this one did cover completely in 2 coats for me as well. It is going to dry nice and glossy all on its own. If you, again, want an extended wear on your manicure, I do recommend going in for top coat. It's also going to make that holographic look nice and blaring, and it will give a nice plump finished look to your manicure. Nothing is going to dry textured. Removal is easy. So there are 2 coats of Timestone. Up next we have Space Stone, and this one is a light blue to a dark blue to a purple linear holographic. This one also covers pretty well here on this first coat, not totally opaque, so I am going to follow it up with a second coat, but it also has a great formula in my opinion, not too thick or too thin, no running, pooling, staining, brush strokes, anything of that sort. Nothing in here is going to dry with any kind of texture. This linear holographic is a very fine powder, and there's nothing in a multichrome pigment that also would dry textured. So nothing is going to be difficult to remove either. Here is our second coat, and that did cover completely for me in 2 coats. I definitely, again, recommend going in with that top coat just to finish off your manicure. This one is a very shifty one on the nail. I named the main colors that I saw in this, but there is a whole ton of them. It goes through pretty much every cool toned color you could think of in different lighting sources. So there are 2 coats of Space Stone. And lastly for today we have Power Stone, and this is a purple to pink to orange linear holographic multichrome. Again, I'm giving very basic color shifts for each polish description, but all of these have way more complex color shifts to them than my simplified versions of them. A lot of them have a bunch of in-between colors, and this one is one of those that has, again, like an oil slick effect almost. This is probably my top pick of the collection. I really love the pinky kind of quality that this one shifts to. I think it's absolutely stunning. Again, I got full coverage here in 2 coats, much the same formula, no running, pooling, staining, not too thick or too thin, and very good coverage. No brush strokes, no texture, nothing to write home about or report on. You do want that top coat just to give your manicure a nice finished look and help it last as long as possible, and removal's easy. So there are 2 coats of Power Stone. So here's a look at the full collection. I am sorry for being so repetitive during this video. Everything was just so different yet the same, so I'm so sorry about that, but I really love this collection. I loved venturing out of my kind of normal range of formulas and polishes and kind of messing with something new. I've done multi-chromes before, I've done hollows before, but never a full collection of them, and I have to say I had a really good time with them.
And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.